Kingdom greetings, everyone. It's been a minute since we've done one of these videos, but I wanted to take a few moments to share some things with you. First of all, I am really excited about this issue, the July issue of Latham XP. It was supposed to be released on the 1st, but I was out of town for MegaFest, and I really think I needed MegaFest to finish my pieces for the actual issue. So it was, in my opinion, worth the wait. Trust that the next issue, which is due out October, I believe, July? Yeah, October 1st, will be on time. But again, I really believe that this time away was necessary to regain perspective for me in my personal life as well as my spiritual life. Sometimes I believe some of us, not all of us, and not always, we get hit by life and we experience different things, and although we're no longer thinking about it, we may not even be talking about it, we feel like we've moved on, we've gotten past it, and we've gotten over it. However, for me, what I've discovered is that there are quite a few things that I've experienced on my journey of life that I didn't quite get over. I just moved beyond it. And it's been like this huge lump in the rug that you're tripping over, but don't realize you're tripping over this lump. You don't know what it is you're tripping over. And the problem is that it slowly but surely begins to eat away at you, and without knowing, you become guarded. You can become cold, you can become angry, bitter. It can take you down many different paths, and it really takes people being in your life that care enough to point those things out, but to do so not with a malicious intent, but with hope that it'll bring you about to your place of healing. I'm really grateful for those people in my life, and that they didn't do it hurtfully, but over time I really started to see even myself, like I was getting easily frustrated, extremely irritated over seemingly small things in the grand scheme of life and everything that's going on around us. And eventually it becomes this thing of, this is just who I am. I'm not dealing with this, I'm not putting up with that and this and that and other things, and before you know it, you shut down and you don't even realize it. And so I was out with a lot of different people over the course of MegaFest, meeting new people and different things like that. And you know, I have this passion and heart, or this desire for order in everything. So when things happen and people do things that I feel like are out of order, or just, why wouldn't you do this and this should have been that, it takes me to this place of frustration usually, and I'm just, I may vent internally or whatever the case may be and move on. But I noticed this during this conference, when certain little things happened, it made me feel away, and it literally pulled me out of the word that was going forth, because you in your feelings and you oh my God, and and it was just like, wow, who is this chick, who is this lady that's showing up here? And it wasn't my norm, and it was kind of scary to realize this thing about me, but I'm really grateful that God had prepared word for me this entire time that would speak to this place and help me come out of it. Now, at the end of it, my stance was still this thing of, okay, God, I knew there was an issue, and all this week did was really show me how far this could go if I didn't get help. Like, I knew I was getting easily frustrated, and that something has to be done. I did the 40-day soul fast, but that didn't stop it. It exposed some more things that were hidden that I didn't realize. And so being in MegaFest, which, oh my God, is truly mega, and I think it was too mega for me. Like, I need to process stuff, but there were so many things going on that you wanted to participate in, you wanted to partake of, and you really didn't have that time to process what was coming in. And for me, I needed that. So that was a whole nother thing. But anyway, at the end of it, I left there realizing or knowing for sure that there was a problem, but I didn't know what to do about it. And I was sharing with someone about that, and I was saying how I realized something in me has changed. I didn't realize to the degree because it happened over time, and you started to just believe this is just who I am. I don't have time for this. Zero tolerance for this, little patience for that, and you start to accept this as this is just me. This is just who I am, but it's not who I am. And as God started to expose all these different things this week, the thing that I sat there and thought about was, when you heal me from all that's going on, who am I really? Like, I've been on this path now for so long, I don't even remember when it started. I can't pinpoint the conception of this dark space that I started to move in. I can definitely point out some things that added to it or increased it, but to actually say this is where it started, I don't know. And so my question to God became, how do I make it stop? How do I turn it off? How do I get out of it? And there was this woman at the last session of Woman Thou Art Loose, and you know how they always, the ministers, preachers, oh, touch your neighbor in this, touch 3 people in this. Oh, that drives me batty. But anyway, she kept touching me, but it was something different. It wasn't just that, oh, you're around me, so I'm gonna touch you. There was something in her touch. And so towards the end, they were going up for prayer, and she was like, you're not going? And I was like, no, but pray for me. But what I really wanted to do was grab her and say, help me, because I had realized just how much I shut down, and I didn't know, because my normal response to a lot of things is just to not deal with it, to just walk away and distance myself from it, or the people, or whatever the case may be. But this week I couldn't do that. It was like he put this mirror before me and was like, oh, you're going to look and see how you're moving and how you can become if you don't do something about it right now. So I left there and I wrote this letter to God, and I was like, I don't know where it started, and I'm not sure if that even matters. What I do know is I don't know how to stop, and I need your help to do that. And so I did this video, for one, to let you all know to make sure to read the magazine, the issue. There's a lot of great stories. Please read it. Please share it. We're trying to do new things, and I'm looking for new voices to sound off in it, but also to let you know that it's okay that life hurt, and it's okay for you to take a moment and stop everything you're doing and get yourself the healing that you need before you do more damage. Now, I briefly touched on this in my 2 pieces of the magazine for July, but I couldn't quite go into a lot of details. But what I want to encourage us to do is to know that it doesn't mean a sign of weakness when something hurts and you take the time to address your wounds from it. You know what I mean? Sometimes things, you feel like people take advantage of you. Like, for me, at one point, I had this moment a few months back where it was like, I don't feel like I get back the type of understanding or compassion that I thought I was giving out. But there's so many pieces even to that it's ridiculous. So what I've made the decision to do, because I heard another word this morning, and during morning service, and it was to just stop, not quit, not give up, not walk away, but to just stop. And so as I was writing the pieces for the magazine, because I had to get them out, right? As I was writing the pieces, God began to show me the journey. And it's really this thing of to take back ownership of my life, to take back ownership of my feelings and my thoughts, and to allow myself time to heal from whatever it is that I've been through. No matter how great or how small, it's time for me to address every one of those wounds and to deal with them on my terms, and allow myself the permission to truly move on and move forward, void of the pain, not just dusting it to the side saying I don't care, forget about it, and keep moving, but to really deal with it, to really own the fact that these things happen and they hurt. The people said this and it hurt. The people did this and it hurt. The people didn't do certain things and the disappointment was there, and it on some level hurt. It's okay to admit that something bothered you, that something didn't sit right with you. It's okay to feel how you feel about it. And what you have to do is take ownership of how you feel about whatever it is that you've experienced, and then deal with the situation aside from one, because and a lot of times stuff happens and we get emotional and then we make these emotional responses. What the key is to address your emotions. That's personal, because they're your emotions, they're your feelings, no one else's. But it's for you, for us to deal with our own emotions and feelings. Once we've dealt with that, then we can properly look at the situation, because sometimes what happened hurt us so bad that we really didn't even process fully what was going on. And this is how we misunderstand things. This is how we process things. But sometimes it is exactly what you thought it was when that situation happened. But either way, when you've gotten the emotions out the way, you can clearly hear or see how to deal with that situation, or how to deal with that person, how to address the issue. It allows you that time to assess the relationship void of the feelings of the situation, and determine whether or not that relationship has something worth fighting for. And if it did, then now that you've dealt with your emotions and you've properly assessed the relationship and you've properly assessed the situation, now you can go and sit and talk to that person about what happened, void of the emotional part of it, with clarity, and come to a resolution and be like, you know what, when this, that, and the other thing happened, that thing hurt. I've dealt with my feelings about it, but what I want to do is make sure that we don't get to this place again. And then you guys can discuss it and see how to move forward with it, and so on and so forth. But the thing is that there is a way for each of us to deal with what we've been dealt in life. And that's all I wanted to share, because I see that this has already hit 12 minutes and it wasn't intended to be this long. It was just supposed to be a couple of minutes. But I encourage you to know yourself. I put up a post the other day and it said, how do you remove the mask that you don't even know you're wearing? And that was based upon a conversation I was having with somebody. We were talking about things and they were saying how I was guarded. And I'm like, I'm not guarded. And they were like, yes, you are. And I'm like, I don't see that. Like, I let you in. And as soon as I said that, then the process of everything else started working within me. And it was this thing of, yeah, you'll let somebody in after this, or you have to this. And it became this process, and I don't have time for this, and I'm not fooling with that. You can come, but you better come correct. And God was like, see, all that's guarded. Now, it doesn't mean just let any and everybody come in your life any old kind of way. However, it showed me some things about me. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but it showed me, like I said, I learned so much about me during this time. And it wasn't so much as MegaFest was magical or anything like that, but it was a time away from my everyday life, my everyday atmosphere, and my everyday routine, in a whole totally different setting, in a whole totally different state, where God was like, finally, I have you separated, and you're here specifically to hear from me. So I'm going to speak to you. He actually started getting on me on the plane, and on the plane flight there, but to God be the glory. I'm grateful for him taking out the time to deal with me and to tell me that I have to now deal with me. So during this next few months, while I'll still be working on the October issue of Lace XP, I'm really going to be working on Monique. I'm really going to be getting to know me again, void of the guards, void of the hurt, void of the pain, void of the disappointments, void of the, well, I can't say the quick tongue is going to go away. We're going to work on that. But I'm going to work on becoming the best me, not according to anyone's standard, but according to what feels good between me and God, what feels right, what feels like harmony, what brings peace to my life, what brings joy to my life. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on enjoying my life. And I hope you'll be around when we get back to see how things go. I may do postings and stuff like that throughout. I'm not sure. But if you're not connected to me on any of the social platforms that I have, be sure to connect and stay connected. I'm quite sure there's a lot of writings coming out of what's about to go down. So I'm excited and looking forward to it. Once again, thank you guys, those of you that have been with me since way back when my newsletters first started. Thank you for those of you who write, read, and share the magazine that currently goes forward. We're going to be doing some new things. We're going to be doing some connections in person. I feel like we just need to get out sometime. So there's a lot. I also finally did the Between Brothers and Sisters. We recorded it. Has so much editing to be done. But I'm going to figure out how to get all of that done and get it out to you guys. It was amazing. I'll be sharing about that as well. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Remember to connect with me on all of the social platforms. I can't tell you how often I'll be updating. I'm not going to stick to, some type of schedule and all of that. I think that's another thing we do, but that's another post, another video for another day to come soon. Thank you guys again. I love you all. I look forward to hearing from you all. Don't be strangers. Talk back to me. Until next time, God bless you. And as always, keep it kingdom.